Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for watching. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, probably over a month. I posted a couple little short videos in between here and there. However, man, we've got a lot going on. I've been working a lot at work, 12-hour days, got COVID last week, kids starting school, family vacations, all that kind of stuff. However, we got the rear end installed. It's 4 9-inch, 485 years. I got videos on it. Installed some ladder bars. And I'll show you how I went about most of this. I didn't video the setup and everything because honestly, getting underneath this car, I don't have the right camera equipment to video it. However, what I did do is I'm trying to get, let's see, I didn't do a whole lot of calculations because I don't have skills. However, what I did do is to get my anti-squat, I don't know if y'all are familiar with this or not. However, what I did, I can basically explain it to you. From where the center of the camshaft is to the center of the front axle, mark there to the bottom of the back tire here. And you visualize it's about where that body line right there is. Anyways, this is my mounting point. It's about 3 inches higher than the anti-squat line, so we should get some good separation to help drive that tire to the ground to get plenty of traction. I did switch out the slicks. I found these at Swap Me a while back. I think they're 50 to 75 bucks, something like that. They're 28-10-5, but they're an S. If you can see that, I don't know if you can. Anyways, and the S stands for stiff wall. And if you look at it, it's a lot narrower. The tire doesn't bulge nearly as bad on the wheel, which I like. So got the good slicks on it. I switched out the bucket seats from the 55. I put them in here, and I took the seats in here and put them in the 55. I'll show you. I think they turned out really good. I used the Speedway brackets that I had, and man, I think these were $75 seats. They tilt, so now I can put a back seat in it. It's you know, I'm excited about that. Also, I posted a short video on recasting this pedal. I've had this pedal for a long time. I think it's really cool. It's sat in my toolbox forever. However, I've never seen another one, so I took and made a copy of it for this little Nova. Also, I picked up a big block the other day, a 454 out of a motorhome. Picked it up for 100 bucks. I'll throw some clips of that in this video also. Now look, I didn't get a whole lot of footage of me setting everything up, okay? I did get some footage of me making the brackets and then installing the rear end after I got everything welded out. I'm happy with everything, the way everything turned out. However, I got one complaint, and that is the stall in this car is not high enough. It's a factory stall. The cam I got in this engine, the stall's too tight. We put it in gear and it tries to die. You hit on the gas and it stumbles. So I got a line on a couple different stall converters. My buddy has one. He said he doesn't really know. He said it's a 9-inch. He said it could be 3,000, could be 5,000 stall. He said he really doesn't know. However, I did find a 3,200 stall, which is what this cam calls for. It calls for 3,000 plus stall, 10-to-1 compression plus, and 411 or lower gears. So with a better stall, with a 3,200 stall, will be in those guidelines. And honestly, I might be able to upgrade the cam if we can't make the number that we're trying to make. So everything's getting really close. I will put in a clip. I did a little burnout in the driveway, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about with the stall. And then after that, we'll get right into making brackets and setting this up. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the end. All right, everybody. Okay, everybody. So here's what I got. All right. I picked these up at the swap meet for these ladder bars up for 40 bucks. They were very inexpensive. These are these little adjustable links that go in here, so you can adjust your pinion angle. They were 7 bucks. I had to get those, and then I bought, I think, all these Heims for $20, and then I have a couple more for this end right here. So the only problem with doing something like this is they didn't come with brackets to bolt this into the rear end. So I have this, it's 4-inch wide by a 1/4-inch thick piece of flat bar, and what I'm going to attempt to do here is lay out a lay out a bracket for this. And now look, I've looked all over the internet for brackets that fit this. It's either, these are like 7 1/8 in between here. No matter how far I adjust this, it's 7 1/8. You can either get 7-inch or 7 1/4. So it's not like I haven't looked, because honestly I think it'd be way cheaper to just go ahead and buy a set for 40 or 50 bucks. But anyways, that's not really an option for me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these into whatever length from here to here. I think it's about 11 inches. And then I bought this was like $12. I've already had the arbor part for it, but it's a 3-inch hole saw, so I can drill a hole in it for the axle diameter. So I hope this is going to last. It may or may not. And I'll come back in. These are 1/4-inch Heims and drill some 3/4-inch holes, and I'll show you how I do that to get them all the brackets identical. So once I do this, then I can set it up in the car and we can go from there, installing the 4-link. So let's get to making some brackets. So I'm gonna try to get this the best I can. I'm sorry my lighting is terrible, but as you can see right here is a cross member style drive shaft loop. Now the top doesn't have anything connected to it. I imagine this is just in case you break the rear U-joint, it has something to fall on. And there's one in the front like this too. However, these are our 4-link brackets right here, and they're attached to this cross member. Now what I'm going to come in here and attempt to do, see if I can get a good angle of it, is cut right here alongside the frame rail on both sides, because once I get this rear end in here, this drive shaft loop is not going to be centered, and it'd be easier just to cut there and on the other side instead of cutting all these brackets off. Let me show you how, I mean, these brackets are some beef. So also I'm going to cut along, let's see if I can, these top bars up here, I don't know if you can see them, in this diagonal bar that goes from the bottom of here up. I'll cut it up here in the front. So all this stuff is super beef. It's got to be, I don't know, 5/16 or it's thick. It's thicker than 1/4 inch. So anyways, it's probably actually 3/8 plate. It's plenty heavy duty, and it would be a lot for me just to cut those brackets off because I don't have a torch or plasma, instead of just cutting, like I said, right in here, or right in here, and cut here, and then make a new cross member and potentially brace that, not cross member, but like a drive shaft loop out of some round tubing, and then brace to the frame. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to tie in the, I don't know if you can see, but right here there is a piece of 2x2 square tubing that this frame is also made out of. See how this frame, it's like they bought this section from Summit. It's like pre-bent frame rails. I don't know, they may have made it, but I'm pretty sure it's pre-bent on Summit back half kits, and they use 2-inch 2x2 square tubing for the frame all the way up. Now all this is tied into the roll cage, so it's pretty sturdy. However, my problem is I can't tie into this frame rail right here because the ladder bar will hit here on this corner, and then if I tie in here, my ladder bars will be too narrow for the rear end housing. So what I'm going to do is actually make a bracket off of this and then put a brace from here up to the frame rail to structure all this. Now I've already checked them, and they're the same length, or let's see, they're in the same position on the frame, so they're identical left to right. So somebody spent a little bit of time making sure everything was square on this. However, I do want to note one more thing. If you look at this drive shaft, it is I don't know, what do you call it, candy striped, or like a barbershop pole. I thought that was kind of neat, kind of an old school thing. I've seen some older, like, vintage funny cars that you know, when they're doing a wheelie, you can see the drive shaft striped like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. We got the old rear end and 4-link setup all cut out. I didn't film any of this because it was I couldn't get a real good angle on it, okay? But here's I know some of y'all are asking about bracing stuff up. This is the brace, like the drive shaft loop that was in there. You can see like they took flat plate and cut a loop out and then bent a piece. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this back in, but this was the rear cross member of the frame. I have that tubing bender. I think I may bend up a round tubing one. However, got the new rear end mocked up. I give you an idea. It sticks out 1.5 inches, which isn't too bad. I guess if I got a different backspace, it's not much different than what it was originally with that rear end in it. I don't think there's much of a difference in width. However, I'll show you. We got the ladder bars kind of on the rear end, somewhat in place. Now you can see there is a front cross member up here, but there is no rear cross member anymore. So I'm gonna have to build some kind of cross member back here and brace it. Now I've also looked at options on where to mount these ladder bars, and what I think I'm gonna do, and some of y'all might disagree with this, I don't know, but this bar right here is these two. If you can see, let me see if I can. This is part of the roll cage, and this is part of the roll cage. This is a piece of 3/16 2x2 square tubing. This one, there's one just like this on the other side of the frame. And what I'll probably do is put a bracket coming down off of this. Let me see if I can give you all a good angle here. See how close it is. It's just a little bit past it, so I can use this as a mounting point for these ladder bars. So I guess my next thing I'm gonna do here is make some tabs that'll come down a little angle and I can mount these bars. So let me get the cardboard out and make a template. everyone, so we have our rear end. This is I'm gonna call it the final assembly. I don't know. We got our ladder bar brackets welded on, we got our shock mounts welded on, and I got a panhard bar, or I don't know, panhard bar, whatever you want to call it. I got it welded on. Got everything welded out. I'm happy with it. So next thing we're gonna do is put it up under the car. I'll show you. I put these brackets for the front ladder bars. This is actually, I don't know what to call it. It's a it's like a sway bar. I don't know, stabilizer bar. Anyways, you're supposed to keep the body in the rear end from twisting. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing put in there, and yeah, see how it does. Alright everybody, so I don't know, about a month and a half ago, I was driving through my mom's neighborhood and I seen this big block laying out in the yard. So I put my business card in the mailbox, and guy called me the other day and I asked him about it. It's 454, they pulled it out of a motorhome. I asked him if he wanted to get rid of it. He's like, yeah. He said, what do you want to give me for it? I said $100. And he's like, alright, sure. So I go and pick it up. He didn't have any way to load it, so I just rolled it up on the gate and then hooked the truck, you know, got it up on here, brought it home. It's been sitting outside for a little while. I'm fixing to pull it apart. It's a 445 block. It's got peanut port heads on it, so the heads are probably trash. However, everything looks really nice. I'll save some of the stuff in there. But I'm curious to see these blocks. Some of them are 4-bolt main. And hopefully the crank's in good shape. I mean, looking at the engine, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of miles on it. I mean, there's no oil buildup. Now, that does scare me, you know. Could be some stuff in the cylinders, but we'll find out here in a minute. Alright everybody, so we got it tore down, got the heads off, we got the oil pan off of it. I was really hoping to see a 4-bolt main, but it's not. However, everything on this bottom end, ew, besides that, you see that? Gross. Looks really good. The crank, it looks nice, it looks fresh. There's no like burn, like where it's gotten hot or anything like that. The crosshatch in the bore, you can't really see it, looks really good. However, I do not think this motor has ever been apart before. Everything looks like a factory machine on it, which is good. It's got a GM oil pump in it. It looks like it really is a low miles engine. However, from leaving carburetor or the intake open, this, let me see if I can spin it around. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with on the cylinders. So they're pretty bad. I'm gonna get maybe a pressure washer after them. Go ahead, spray them down with some WD-40, see if I can get some of this stuff to like kind of break up. This side isn't nearly as bad. You can kind of see there's hardly any like ridge there, especially, I mean, if I scrape that grease off it, there ain't nothing there. So like I said, the crosshatch looks good on the bottom side. If we can clean this up, and there's pitting's not too bad, I think we go 60 over on this block. Like I said, it's got thumb rods in it. I'll go ahead and get them ARP bolts in them, get them resized. 60 over on the block. I got a spare piston, and I'll get this to the machine shop and get it ready for whenever the motor that is in the little Nova If you watch the budget build, you see I used a bunch of parts, no machine work or anything. So I'll go ahead and get this machine shop, get it taken care of, get it ready for if something happens, or this winter I'll go ahead and put all this together. My machinist, he charged about $250 to $300 to bore it, clean it, new bearings, new cam bearings, new freeze plugs, and he does a really good job. He even paints the block, so that's well worth it for me. The crank, he charged about $100. He doesn't do the polishing himself, but he takes it to a place down in Houston. They do all that, and he charges about $75 for the rods. I think it's actually 80 now, plus whatever I have to pay for the rod bolts. So I just wanted to kind of bring y'all along on this, show y'all what I got going on here. Alright, hey everybody, thanks for watching. I got a couple quick things, a couple upcoming events. This weekend, August 26th, 27th, there is a swap meet in Waco. Go to the Taillight King swap meet list. It's a great website. He sells taillights, but he's at all the swap meets. He has a list of all the swap meets. Also, October 8th is the day, the vintage drags. They used to be called the Day of the Drags years ago. Now it's the vintage drags. It's at Little River Dragway in Little River, Holland, or they call it, it's right outside of Temple. I'll be taking y'all along on that one. Also, I think the following weekend, the 14th, there is a swap meet there. We're going to try to make it. I don't know, I have a lot going on. Or no, I'm sorry. It's November, not the following weekend. It's November 14th, 15th, something like that. Anyways, go to Little River's Facebook page. They have all the details on it. It's going to be their first swap meet. If y'all are in the area, go check it out. Support them. Look, I want to thank all y'all for watching. Thanks for bearing with me on the time. It's been a while since I posted anything. And look, God bless and y'all be safe. Thanks for watching.